somewhere in a church. He described the president in terms that the president feels were a bit unpalatable. A right of reply, shouldn't the president be able to do that?
Thank you, Fred. And politics is a very interesting game. Because I've listened to my colleague and friend, Senator Mungatana, say that, of course, he restricted himself to the right of the president, the right of reply for the president. But looking at it, I mean, you say my party leader threw the first jab. What did he say?
He talked about how the president looks.
Yes, but you know...
He named some body parts.
Yes, you know, what was the context? You know, what he did, because I was present at that particular function, he talked about the many, acquisitions that President Ruto has made. You know, how he has amassed wealth in obscene ways. And then he said, and that was a concluding remark, that with all these, the president does not sleep. And that's why probably in Rigiji's assessment that his health was not very good because of lack of sleep. And everybody knows that when somebody does not sleep well, or you do not get enough sleep, then of course your health also gets affected. So the issue was, you know, the many businesses and the many things that the President Ruto is doing to enrich himself. And there is a whole list of that. So Rigathi Gachagua was just wondering how much can be enough. If you are still looking for money, you do not even get time to sleep, which has even affected your health. So that now you become somebody who looks like they do not eat, you know? Those were the issues. Just a minute, Fred. But looking at President Ruto's reaction yesterday, he avoided the issues completely. The issue was about amassing wealth. The issue was about going to every other sector and sometimes even kicking people out just to take their businesses. Those were the issues. The president avoided the issue. The president just took one issue of how his facial looks are these days, which Rigathi Gachagua attributed to obscene acquisition of wealth. You know, the issue was how much is enough. But the president restricted himself to that particular statement. It was a concluding remark. The president should have addressed the issues because there is an issue that had been raised. Then the president went, for me, I can tell you, as a mere senator, I cannot go that low. You know, saying somebody slept with some girls and later killed them. Come on, President Ruto must be reminded that he is the president of Kenya. He is not a tout somewhere in a particular stage where they engage in mchongoano. This is the president of Kenya. If he knows anybody who slept with a girl and then killed them, President Ruto should call the DCI to his office and offer himself as a witness and make a statement and say whom this particular person was. And he repeated again that people are brainless. Because he's the only person who has brains, he should just call the DCI and tell them, you know, everybody else does not have brains. It's only me that has brains. And so I was able to supervise the act when this particular person was sleeping with this particular girl. I was there. I supervised because they do not have brains. They would not have been able to do it. And this is how this particular girl was killed. That would help. President Ruto cannot lament and accuse people of killings while he has not done anything. For him, when we accuse him of killings, when we talk about Kiambaa charge, this was something that was a subject of ICC into the, after 2007, 2008.
Okay.
Now, when he talks about killings, and nobody was ever taken to court, and he's not willing to give any account, any statement. What is he doing? Right. He's behaving like everybody else, like that tout in a stage.
Quite for a while.